Here's a winter wreath idea that's cheerful, frosty, and so much fun to make. And I want to show you how I did it. Let's get started. Hi everybody, I am making a winter flower wreath today, and I am using this sign as my inspiration. I actually have 3 of these. I got them several years ago. I must have had some project in mind that I never did. So now I'm going to use it. So I already glued some wire to the back. I just put some hot glue on either side and then used some E6000 right there in the center. So that is still drying, but that is what I'm going to be using. So the petal that I am using is a pinwheel petal. I don't know who came up with the pinwheel petal in the first place, but I love it, and wait till you see what I do with it. But anyhow, I wanted to show you how to make the petal in the first place, okay? So what I'm going to do, I have this 10 by 10 piece of poly burlap. You can use anything, any mesh you want. I like poly burlap. It is more expensive. So if you wanted to go with something a little bit less expensive, I would go with maybe a wide stripe mesh or fabric mesh. Those actually will fold very easy, but I think poly burlap folds the easiest. So, but anyhow, okay, we have our 10 by 10 piece. I'm just going to turn it into a diamond shape, okay? Now, it really doesn't matter if you have like a finished edge on a certain side or anything like that. I just prefer to always have mine top right, bottom left, just so it's the same. It's just in my head. If you don't do it the same way each time, it's really no problem. Okay, so anyhow, we're going to be diamond shape. I'm going to bring the top down. Okay, I'm going to bring it down to about here, so you can see this. Okay, now just to make things a little bit easier, I'm going to name the corners here. We got this triangle here with the long side here. The one towards you, that's corner number 1. I have corner number 2, corner number 3. Okay, so, and you'll understand why I'm saying this. I just don't want to confuse you later on. So from here, all I'm going to do with my right hand, I'm going to kind of stretch it out. My left hand, I'm going to bring corner number 2, bring it down to corner number 1, and I'm going to make it so that it's, I don't know, maybe an inch below where that corner is. Okay, kind of bring that down. And it's, you know what, these sides over here, it's not pretty. I don't care. Let's just, yeah, if there's a fray, take it off. We're fine. Okay, now I'm going to take a clip and I'm going to clip corner number 1 to corner number 2. Okay, so we can leave it like that. Now flip it over, and then I'm going to take corner number 3 now and bring that down so it meets up with corner number 2. Okay, and I'm going to take this out. Okay, see, it has a fold on this side and then a fold on this side. Okay, I'm just going to take a 4-inch zip tie and about 2 inches, maybe 2.5 inches up, I'm going to zip tie that shut. Now the reason I'm going about 2.5 or 2 to 2.5 inches up, I want to make sure that corner number 1 is also in with corner number 2 and corner number 3 when I zip tie it shut, because we want all of that to be zip tied together. Okay? And really all you have to do, take the excess zip tie off and then cut that off, and there you go. Okay? And that's it. Very simple. I will do this one more time, and I'm going to do it so that you can see it coming from up above. Okay, so we have the 10 by 10 piece of poly burlap, diamond shape. Bring the top down. Get rid of any frays as you're going. Okay, we have the nice long side up at the top of a triangle. Okay, we have corner number 1, corner number 2, corner number 3. Okay, I'm going to scrunch this up with my right hand. My left hand, I'm going to bring this down. Okay, is it perfect? No, I'm not worried about perfect. Okay, so we can see this is about an inch below where corner number 1 ends. And I'm going to take my little clip here and clip that together. Then we're going to flip that over. Okay, and then I'm taking corner number 3, bringing it down so it matches up with corner number 2. And I'm going to hold on to this while I take my clip off. Got my 4-inch zip tie ready. I'm going to turn this to the side, and I'm going to go up 2 inches, and I'm just going to squeeze that shut. Okay, so you can see we have corner number 1 is in there with the corner number 2 and corner number 3. When we zip tie that shut, we got all 3 corners together. Okay, take that off, cut off the excess mesh, and there you go. Okay, so you can see I went ahead and put all of these zip ties on here. Take a look. I used every single hole on line rows 2, 3, and 4. So all the holes, even the shared holes, everything, all the way around. So on this row 2, that is 32 zip ties. So we're going to need 32 black, 32 of the black petals. Okay, so I'm going to put black all around on that row 2. Row 3, there's 24, and row 4, there's 16. Okay, so I went ahead and did all those zip ties. We're good to go. Now I wanted to point out like I said, this petal is the pinwheel petal, but the way I am putting it on, it was inspired by a friend of mine. Her name is Sharon Fortson, and the way she put these on, I absolutely loved. Now, she doesn't have an Etsy store or website, or she doesn't do any of her own tutorials. So I would link her information on here just to give her a little shout out. But I did reach out to her to make sure she was okay with me doing this video for you, and she was fine with it. So I wanted to show you guys how to do it, and I did want to give Sharon a shout out, and thank you so much for letting me do this. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I have all my black here, and I want to point out, see, I have the the zip tie, that little nub, okay, I want it sticking up. And I'm going to be putting those in here all the way around, okay? Now, the reason I'm showing you this is like on these ones that are further apart, like that hole or whatever you want to call it, okay, if you don't have that nub sticking up, it's not going to catch, and that petal could be very easily pulled out. We don't want that to happen. So make sure that it's sticking up so it definitely catches, and we don't have any problems down the road. Okay, and I'm going to put this one on right next to it. Now you can do it right now, or you can wait until you're all the way done. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this second petal and kind of put it down in to the first. I lost my sign. Okay, but kind of you're going to tuck that in, and then on the back side kind of tuck that in. And I'm going to do that all the way around. I'm just going to tuck inside each pinwheel, if that makes sense to you. Okay, but I'm going to do that all the way around, and I'll see you back here. Okay, so I got all these put on. I decided to just put them on and then start doing all the tucking, okay? So I had gotten this far. And so I'm just gonna take each one of these and go around and tuck them in. And I'm just gonna keep going all the way around. And, once I'm done with that, kind of make sure we have everything, that they're all kind of adjusted so nothing is, so they're even. Try to make them as even as possible. I know it's, nothing's going to be perfect, but we try. Oh my goodness, that already looks so sharp. I love it. So I'm going to do the same thing. The next row down, that's going to be row number 3. Again, every single hole that we can use, we're using. So I'm just going to start with the white. I don't think it really matters. Okay. I'm going to just put the white in. And then I'm just going to go with blue. That's going to be the next one over. And then the gray. Okay, you can see how that looks without tucking it. So now I'm going to go ahead and tuck these 3 just to kind of give you an idea of what I'm doing here. Okay, and there you go. So I'm going to do that all the way around. Go back to the white, the next hole over, and just keep doing that all the way around, and I will adjust all of these and just keep going. Okay guys, so we're almost done. We just have one more row to go and then put the sign on. It's going to be that simple. Okay, so here we are here, and so now I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to start putting these on. I'm just going to put them on that last row, and then I'll adjust them and tuck them and do all that stuff. Okay, so I'll see you right back here. Okay, so we have our sign. Again, I wanted to show you, I have some wire. Now the wire, okay, let me show you the wire that I used. This was from Joann Fabrics. I got it before it closed, but this is 18 inches long. What I did, I cut one in half, folded that in half, and just glued it to the sign. I did rough up this sign, the back of it, just a little bit with sandpaper to make sure the glue stuck really well, and it did. I have hot glue on either side. That's to get it to stay now. And then I put some E6000 in the middle. That way, if it's in any extreme heat or anything like that, which in the wintertime it shouldn't, but I like to make sure the E6000 is on there just for that extra security. Okay, so all we have to do now though is put this down into these center holes right here. Okay, and just tie that around the back. And there you go. Nice, adorable. If I wanted to, if I was actually thinking about it and thought of putting like a little red bow down here to accent the red scarf, but I think I'm going to leave that alone. I think it looks cute as is. I almost forgot. We want to put something right at the very top of the, so that we have something to hang this with. So I'm going to just put a 8-inch zip tie and just kind of get that to go through here. Get that started, and then just clip that part off. Okay, and there you go. I'm actually going to stick this down in here just to, so it doesn't, I don't want that wire rubbing up against anybody's door. So I'm kind of sticking that down in one of the holes. Okay, so that's it from the back. And there you go. So isn't he absolutely adorable? Now you can do so many different color combinations if you use a different sign, things like that. You don't have to alternate like I did here on that second row. You can do like a solid color, solid color, solid color. It would work out just fantastic. So I just kind of wanted to do like a little play, with the snowflakes, just kind of have that blue a little sporadic. And I just kind of thought gray too, just a little sporadic there. I thought that would be cute. So that's the reason I did it that way. You could do it any way you wanted to, but I love that petal style. I love the way we, tucked it in like that. Again, my friend Sharon, thank you so much for letting me show this to everybody else here. I think it's fantastic. I think everybody's gonna love this. So it's so much fun too, right? It's easy to do, it's fun, and I think this is something that everybody would really, really enjoy. I'm Patty Davis with Crooked Tree Creations, and wait till you see our next video. It's so much fun.